Please share your views on renewable energy and in general what the state of Wisconsin will need to do in the future with respect to energy that's affordable, safe, and sustainable.
Well, on that last point, we have it. We have it here in the state. I fundamentally oppose the global warming task force legislation that Governor Doyle and Tom Barrett advocated for. Any number of objective outside reports show that it would cost us up to 43,000 jobs if that bill had passed and been enacted, and Tom Barrett says the governor is going to bring it back. They claim it would create 14 to 15,000 so-called clean jobs, but the reality is there are conditions that would raise costs to our manufacturers, to our paper mills, to our dairy farmers, to our small business owners, even to each of us as consumers would see higher fuel costs if that legislation had gone through. You know, I mentioned I grew up down in Delman, proud to say I was an Eagle Scout there. We were taught your campsite should be cleaner when you leave it than when you found it. So I'm all for being green. But green should be about saving green and making green. It shouldn't be about taking more green out of our pockets. And from my mind, anytime the government comes in and does a specific mandate, that's going to cost us money. All of you know in the private sector, if there's incentives out there to save money, we're going to do it. That's got to be clearly pointed out. That's something where the government can advocate, promote, can put it out there. But when you mandate it, that crosses the line. A couple years back at our county zoo, we put in place, we built a new conservation education center. Well, we built it. You know, we built it LEED certified, green roof, motion sensor lights, all that. We did it not because anybody mandated on it. We did it because it saves us money and energy costs to keep that building up and going. For businesses out there, you're going to do that if it makes sense economically. You shouldn't have the heavy hand of the government, whether it's through the global warming task force legislation and the mandates on renewable energy, or on the so-called cap and trade, which is really just cap and tax coming out of the federal government. We have reliable, cost-effective fuel sources, power sources in the state. We need to continue to act on those and support those so that we can in turn power the state's economic future. As governor, that's going to be a priority.
Folks, this is such an important topic. I believe I perceive myself to be both a conservationist and a business person. And let me start by being very clear. I oppose 25-25 on basically the same principles you just heard, and I oppose government mandates. But I'm very excited about a pro-environment position that creates jobs and provides opportunity for America to become independent of foreign countries as it looks to its energy sources. Again, I would bring to the office hands-on experience with this, and I'll just bring you a little bit about what our company did just before I left and turned it over to my son for the most part. We designed and built a home that literally produces all of the energy it needs for heating, for cooling, for running all the appliances, and enough extra electricity to get an automobile back and forth to work. And we did it in a way that actually saved the people that live in the home money. Let me say that again because that's the hardest part. The home that we build is economically beneficial to the people living there today as compared to a similar home built right next door, same square footage, same area finish, the whole shebang. So folks, we can do that right now today. We use solar, we use geothermal, we use computer modeling to make sure that we were doing the appropriate things from an energy improvement perspective. Folks, those are sorts of things that if the government gets out of the way, that was not a government mandate that said, Neumann companies, go do this. This was entrepreneurs solving the problems that are facing our state today. Folks, if government would understand that the entrepreneurial spirit is alive and well in Wisconsin today and encourage that entrepreneurial spirit to solve problems like the energy problems, this state would be a whole lot better off. Then they need to get out of the way so these businesses can grow and expand. Folks, energy is such an important topic as we move forward. I'd like to bring you another example from right down the street, Johnson Diversey. They are on a plan right now to reduce their carbon emissions by 25% over a 10-year period of time. This is not a government mandate, it's not a government dictate. They found out it's going to cost them $14 million to implement the plan that they have. At the end of the day, they're saving $32 million over the course of that time. Folks, those are the types of solutions that we need that relate to both the environment and solving our energy problems. I envision today, and I'm proud to talk about a vision for the future of the state of Wisconsin. I would like to see Wisconsin, one generation from today, completely self-sufficient with clean, renewable sources of energy, with technology that we haven't even begun to dream of today. Folks, I see us moving so fast in this area. The technology is changing, it's advancing. Government, of course, hasn't figured this out yet. They should be reducing their subsidies to green energy things, not increasing them, because the cost of producing the energy is coming down so fast as the technology advances. It's a very, very exciting area, and as we look forward to the future of Wisconsin, I would hope that we do everything we can to attract the research, the development, and ultimately the production in these new areas we haven't even begun to dream of right now today, as we transform from where we are into the future as it relates to energy. And she's doing this again. It's a national defense issue as well to become energy independent. Thank you.